Good morning. Good morning, recovering addict family. Peer supports that are peers. Peer-to-peer support is what we're all about. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time here at Recovering Addict and you just happen to come across this channel, I'm LT. I'm a peer support counselor, peer support specialist, to be more specific is what my certificate says. I got 2.5 years clean and sober from any mind-altering drugs. Started this channel in 2020. It just kind of all evolved and grew from there. Completely changed my life. And it was sobriety, getting sober and working a program and continuing to set and maintain goals that got me to where I'm at today. And I'm here to lead by example and show you how you can do it as well. And if you are interested in being a peer support, I'm here to help you with that too. Locally, we have a gym. We work out from 6 to 8, Monday through Friday, and study relapse prevention. That's what we do. And right now I'm on a 75-day hard challenge. The wife and I, a couple of members out of our group here locally. Today is day 36, May 16th. It's 7 a.m. on a Monday morning. If you have the Monday blues, don't. It's Monday. Smile. It's another beautiful day. It's another grateful day that you get a whole brand new day all the way in front of you to do whatever you want in a positive way to change your life to be happy. Ask yourself, are you happy? Am I happy right now? And if the answer is like, meh, figure it out. Why? You got a whole day ahead of you to start learning new habits and things to make that happen. And it's awesome. Part of my challenge, besides the 2 workouts, which is the easy part for me, we're doing 20 things we're grateful for, 20 things we admire about ourselves. We're doing 15 minutes of reading nonfiction. We're looking at learning new skills. And I've added to myself, for myself personally, an every morning live stream here at 7 a.m. and a daily vlog. I've been vlogging the whole day and then editing and uploading that video at night. And then I schedule it to drop on YouTube the next day. That's what I've been doing to build and maintain my new habits. And I've noticed that when we hit milestones, and this could happen in recovery as well, and maybe when the pink cloud starts to wear off kind of a thing, when we hit 30, 60, 90, 6 months, all of a sudden, the wind may be out of our sails. And, we're going to look at ways to avoid that. We're going to get back into our little podcast of Jordan Peterson that we've been going through, hit that for a little bit. And then we're going to look at all our 30-day challenge peeps up in the Discord and see how everybody's doing. Good morning, Eugene. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, brother. Thanks for being here. Warrior Goddess, what's up? Good morning. Love you. Miss you. Glad you're here. Good morning, brother. Julian. There's another guy crushing goals. Working a program. Feels good to work a program. Feels good to be happy. Feels good to set goals, keep goals, maintain goals. It's fun to stop making excuses and just do. And we're trying. We're done trying. We're doing. Know what I mean? Yeah, I'm tired. That's for darn sure. 36 days in on this challenge. I've learned a ton. I've been going through that book. I went through that book. I've gone through it a couple times now, but it's called Relentless. And he kind of talks about in there to learn whatever it is you want to learn so well that you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. It's just bam. It's just part of you. My camera and my editing are becoming that just easily part of me. So I'm learning now how to tell stories and the hero's journey. I've read it before. I've read how to tell stories, how to do an intro, build to a climax, sustain for a sec, and then boom, outro, right? I've read all that, but I've never done it to where I know it and to where it becomes second nature. So that's kind of where I'm at here on day 36 as far as my daily vlogs are going, is to how to tell the story in the hero's journey, because it's 8 ways. You go, it says you need, go, search, find, take, return, change, and back to normal. And it's weird because the back to normal is the octave that you started on. And it's the same way when you run a scale on a guitar or a bass, or the, da, 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 what is it? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And if I just left it off on ti, it would feel unfinished. So you got to finish it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's complete. And it works like that with storytelling too. And I want that to become second nature. So that's why I'm being relentless in my pursuit of these things, of getting up here every morning and going live. Speaking of live streams, love you too. Miss you too. Can't wait till you come back. Christopher says, I'm a work in progress. Amen to that. We are 100% work in progress. Still not sober, but trying. Hey, Christopher, if you have a desire to quit, that's another reason we're here too. We're a huge online support group. We have a Discord. Links in the description if you need to get in there. I've set it up to where we have daily challenges now, or monthly challenges. And right now in the month of May, we have a challenge, and we'll show everybody that's going through that. We have every day we have live streams, just like you see right in front of you. I have daily vlogs, so you can see throughout my day how I'm maintaining my recovery. This whole thing's about me leveling up my recovery as well. And what to do if you're just brand new. How do you get through that first day? How do you put it down and not pick up? How do you start deleting all your old friends and switching to new friends and building new habits and new lifestyles? Because it's tough, especially when your body's screaming for a chemical or alcohol or whatever it is you were dependent on. You don't feel good. Your whole body's just out of shape. And, even if you do make it for a few days, you start waking up and seeing all the bridges on fire, and maybe you're facing legal charges or marital issues or work problems or, whatever. It's all problems and it all sucks. And it just makes you want to go, nah, no, thank you. Not for me. But why to put in the hard work? Why to get through it? And why to come out on the other side clean and hitting those goals? Because it is worth it. It really is worth it. Our whole lives, we've been conditioned, it seems, to have that instant gratification. We live in a great country, right? Looking for Zoom meetings too. Good morning, Geesh. Awesome. Here, I'll drop that link, Christopher, so that you can have it just in case. All I got to do is find out where I put my Discord. There it is. I'll drop it in the description real quick like. And if you join this Discord, it's an app. It will guide you to daily Zoom meetings about 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Look for a link to drop, or if anytime you want a meeting, you just feel like you need to talk to somebody, get in there on the main chat. You'll see on the left-hand side, there's different channels to this Discord. Go to the main chat and jump in there and say, hey, is anybody around to talk? Can we open the Zoom meeting? And the Zoom meeting is in the scheduled Zoom channel. And anybody at any time can copy and paste, drop that in the main chat, or just click on it and say, join me. Or you can use the voice channels and the video channels inside Discord. Just jump in. I got all this stuff set up so that it's resources, support, and tools to utilize to help each other grow and support each other in recovery. I can take you there. I can show you how to use it. I can show you how it helps me. But I can't put in the effort, and I can't make you do it. You know what I mean? I can't make you pick up the phone when it's 1,000 pounds. Those are the hard times when you don't want to be there, when you don't want to reach out for help. Those are the times you need to do it, because those are the times that it helps. And those are the times that I've noticed in my life when I force myself to show up to the gym, to a meeting, to reading my book, or whatever it is I don't want to do that's good for me. And then I do it. I never regret it. I never go, oh man, I'm glad, that feeling was correct. I shouldn't have done that. I always go, well, why did I feel like that? I'm really glad I did this. And I really am glad. And I feel much better. What's up, buddy? Hi, bud. Have a good day. Make you proud. I'll see you soon. Sending the kids off to school. No problem, brother. Hope to get to know you. That's what we do in the Discord. We get to know each other. There's people that have been in the Discord since day one, a couple of years ago. And sometimes we get to know each other enough. We drive each other. We get to know each other, And once you get to know people, the idiosyncrasy starts coming out. What bugs you about me? What bugs me about you? It starts coming out. And sometimes we argue a little bit. But, that's what family does. And it's all good. PD, did you ever get your package? And if you have you tried it? Did you try putting that thing on? You got to send me a picture with that thing wrapped around your head. 100%. So Jordan Peterson asked us, if you remember, what remarkably stupid thing am I doing on a regular basis to absolutely screw up my life? And this is where he continues off.
I think it's at the very core of our moral knowledge, which is our behavioral knowledge and our perceptual knowledge. I mean, let's get this straight. Moral knowledge is no trivial matter. It's knowledge about how it is that you orient yourself in the world. There's no more profoundly necessary form of knowledge. Well, it's predicated on something that's exactly like this. We know that we have to make sacrifices. We know that we have to aim at what's good. So then why isn't that we don't aim at what's best and make the sacrifices that are necessary in order to bring that into play? I think it seems to me that in some sense that's self-evident. The question is why we don't do it, but there's answers to that too. Life is hard and it hurts people. It's rife with limitation. And some of it's arbitrary. And some of it's unjust, and some of it's worse. Some of it's malevolent, which is even worse. It's not surprising that that combination of vicissitude can turn people against being. But I think even when that happens, and even when people have the kind of history that if they revealed to you, you would say, well, it's no wonder you turned out that way. The people who turn out that way still know that it's wrong. They still know that however deep their own suffering, however arbitrary their own suffering, however much that's caused by the malevolence of others, as well as the tragedy of existence, that does not in any way justify their turning away from the good. And I believe everyone knows that. I believe that they know it implicitly, even if they don't allow themselves to know it explicitly. And I believe that if they violate that idea, then they violate themselves, and that they end up in Cain's position, which is the position of the man who's been given a punishment that is too great to bear. Now we're capable of making sacrifices in abstraction, right? To conceptualize a future that we want, to let go of the things that are stopping us from moving forward, and to free ourselves from the chains of our original preconceptions. Pursue pleasure. Follow your impulses. Live for the moment. Do what's expedient. A mountain is something you have to climb, and you have to climb to the pinnacle of a mountain, and the mountain is up, right? And the mountain stretches up to heaven, and it's a long journey to specify the right place on the highest pinnacle. And that's symbolic because, of course, it's a pinnacle that you're always trying to reach, just like you're...
Yeah, so what are you aiming at? Why do you want to change? Is it just because of how you're feeling? Obviously. It sucks to be in a dark place. It sucks to feel lost. And that's why we turn to drugs and alcohol. That's why we do it. It's instant gratification, instant mind altering. I know that if I feel like crap, I could grab and chug half a pint of whiskey and get the party started. And in 5 minutes, I'm going to feel completely different. If I take a shot, if I sniff a line, if I smoke a bowl, it's instant gratification instead of, and then, we know it just prolongs the suffering, puts it off till later. Instead of just confronting it, facing it, because we're afraid of failure, we're afraid of hard work, we're afraid of doing hard things. There's times like when I talk to people, I'm like, everything you have to do. There's like no more talking about it. There's no more reason that we need to be talking about this exact thing. Let's talk about doing. What is the solution? Every problem you have, I used to tell this to people in my F22 program. I'd hear them whining on the way to work. Oh, this and this sucks. This and that sucks. This supervisor should have done it this way. I'm like, you guys, if all you're doing is complaining and there's no solution to the problem you're trying to complain about, then all you're doing is bitching and it's pointless and you're bugging me. Shut up. I used to tell people that all the time at work. And to a point, that's what groups are for. We got to vent what we're feeling, what we're frustrated with. We got to reach out. We got to get mentors. We got to learn the tools. But at some point, we got to start doing. We have to put the fear behind us and realize, hey, failure is an option. Oh, well, pick yourself up and do it again. At least you tried. Anybody that's out of shape in the gym, I praise them for being there. Don't make fun of them. Anybody that's trying hard, is doing. Not trying, doing. Putting in the work. Like I said, we have the Discord. We have all the resources you need. And plus, it's the internet. It's 2022. There's a plethora of other things. Like Will right here. Good morning, brother. He's got a podcast you can listen to. And I'm not talking to just you, Christopher. I'm talking to anybody that's afraid. Gotcha. We have so much resources at our fingertips that we have all the tools necessary. We got to put in the effort. We got to get up and make it happen. And the more you get up and the more you show up and the more you start making it happen, the more you realize that the attitude and the mood you had before you got to showing up fades away. It goes away. Like this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed. Every morning when you open your eyes, I'm sure you're just like me. You're like, oh, your body just wants to stay right where it is. Heart rate's at a very low rate. You're warm and snuggled in, whatever, and you don't want to break that. But if you get up and do and start focusing on goals immediately out of the morning, that it's a good thing to do. So you do that. You wake up, have some coffee. And within 30 minutes, your whole body and feeling has changed. You're not in that state of mind anymore. And it changes. And it continues to change. And all you got to do is show up. Look at what's going to work in your life. Is it opening a book first thing in the morning, reading something spiritual and praying? Show up to that task. Start digging into that task. Get into the zone of that task in 10, 15 minutes. And then you'll look back and go, oh, I did it. And I don't remember why I felt like I didn't want to, but I'm sure glad I did it. I do that all morning, like getting up, getting all this cleaned up, set up, going live. After I'm done, I'm going to put it all away. Then I'm going to switch camera stuff up. I'm going to load up my dogs on my bike. I'm going to get to the bottom of that mountain, still feeling kind of tired, right? And go, oh, I just can't picture myself with my heart rate at 150 and sweat and breathing heavy. That doesn't sound fun right this second. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to show up. And then I get halfway through it and I'm in that zone. I'm in that zone of high heart rate and breath. And I'm really glad I did it. And then I get to the top and I've accomplished it. And I'm so glad I did it. Just show up, face the fear, face fear and rise. Amen. That's what fear stands for. Thank you, Scott. And you got to do it. You got to show up. There's a reason you're here. Searching, looking for answers, a lot of us seem to start out looking for the easy way. We show up to AA, we show up to NA, learning, expecting to learn how we're going to be able to maintain our drug use in that state of mind, but yet be happy. You know what I mean? Just be happy in that state of mind. Willie says, sharing how we feel helps us process, right? But when we get an answer, we have to be honest. Even if we don't like the answer, we still have it. The right answer will never change. Accept it. Take action. So exactly. The right answer will never change. And we always know what the right answer is, right? But then we're starting to look for loopholes around it. Like, what? Damn it. And then you're just always smacked right in the face with that damn answer. So the sooner you confront it, and the sooner you take action, the better. And that's a lesson we have to learn on our own sometimes. You know what I mean? Yep, Julian, you're right. You cut one corner. I used to tell those people when I did stucco, I'm like, look, bro, if you cut a corner, you're left with two more corners. Quit cutting corners. So I read an article. It says you might feel empty after reaching a huge goal and how to move on. I noticed that when I hit my 30-day mark, I kind of throttled back a little bit. And I'm talking about my 75 hard challenge that I'm currently in. Throttled back in the way that I was disciplined in preparation for the day with food and water and all of that. And I kind of let it slip away to where it wasn't as convenient and easy for me to achieve the goals and maintain the road, So when we get to like a 30-day mark in recovery, a 60-day, a 90-day, 6 months, right? We hit these milestones and we kind of just go, oh, I did it. And we just, we feel like maybe that's a time I can relax. But why do we do that? Why success puts you down in the emotional dumps? Psychologically speaking, a goal can give us a powerful sense of direction and order. It satisfies the natural desire for something to do. And we feel good as we progress and check off these milestones. Perhaps more importantly, goals can affect our overall sense of connection and purpose. We assign attributes such as intelligence, perseverance, curiosity, and independence to being active or engaged in something. All this helps us feel that when we have work, we also have personal value and a place or role the group. We can even define ourselves by the work. Right now, I'm the guy that's doing the 75 hard. I can define myself by that. But what do I do when the 75 hard's over and I've hit my goal? I'm not that guy no more, right? So how do I not just fall back into my old habits, my old ways? So what happens when you hit that objective you worked so long and hard for, and it's suddenly behind you? You hit that 30 days, and all of a sudden you're not the newcomer anymore, right? You're still early in recovery, but now you've been to, 12 meetings or more. And you're not the guy getting all the hugs as soon as you walk in the room like it was when you first got there. And you just start feeling like, oh, okay, it's normal. The 30 days is behind me. I got my little tag. I can slow down a little bit. Maybe I'll miss a couple meetings. Maybe I won't call my sponsor this week, and I'll just you just kind of fall back, right? All those links start to disappear. We can't define ourselves the way we did before. This is my first week clean, and everybody's just excited. 60 days clean, 6 months clean. You hit a year clean, and then you start getting into that of their suggestions. Don't make any crazy decisions, any relationships and stuff like that for a year. All of a sudden you're over the year, and maybe I've made it. I can start making decisions now according to the suggestions of AA. Maybe I can throttle back. Maybe I can just start chilling. Maybe I can start going to the bar and be the DD. And the reason I say we need to really assess this when we're making goals is false pride is very, very tricky. Very tricky. That's why I say don't slow down. Keep going. If whatever got you to where you are right now in recovery, continue to do that until you are just 100% certain that you are as strong as you think you are. Because false pride is a very tricky devil. Thinking you're stronger than you really are, thinking you can handle situations that you really can't. And that can get you in a lot of trouble. And the reason we talk about this is to avoid relapse. We're all about relapse prevention. We know you know all the tools. If you haven't done the 12 steps, do them. Highly suggest those be done. And after you've done the 12 steps, figure out some more exercises to do. Goal setting, taking on new hobbies. You have to fill your time with other things and to continue to pursue growth in your life in the same manner you did when you got your first 30 days clean for the rest of your life. Never stop learning so that the wind doesn't get taken out of our sails and we don't end up falling back into we can revert right back into who we were so easily, because who we were was just instant gratification of just grabbing whatever came along to fix the instant moment. So this goes on to say we can't define ourselves like we did before. We can't even periodically look in the mirror and pat ourselves on the back anymore. We question ourselves, right? What? In a million different ways we say, what? And if that all seems too simple, you have neuroscience kicking you in the face while you're down. The brain, we all know this, releases dopamine, a hormone associated with both motivation and happiness in anticipation of a reward. That's why we try to restructure our reward process in recovery, at Recovering Addict, by working out, because it's a dopamine drop. It's a reward, and it's a very healthy reward. And something I've found that addicts seem to be are adrenaline junkies to an extent. It doesn't mean that they're out skydiving every day, but it's putting themselves in situations that get their blood boiling, get their adrenaline pumping, whether it be an argument, road rage, stealing for the moment, whatever thing, right? So we get this little addiction to like a high rate of adrenaline. And so I like to take people mountain biking. It's a good workout on the way up. You get that dopamine, you get those good hormones released from working out, and then guess what on the way down? Adrenaline. It's me and Julian were talking about last night. Like, that's a perfect recipe. It's healthy. Hiking even does it. Find something like that in your life that motivates and makes you feel good in a healthy way. So when you plan and know you're going to work for something, you're in a biological position to feel good. Each milestone gives you another dopamine hit, which makes you want to keep going with job. But when you reach your goal, that release of dopamine drops, and it's harder for you to become biochemically, it's harder for you to have that joy. So what I'm talking this for is for all our 30-dayers. In the Discord, we have a 30-day challenge, and we are on day 16 in there. And you got 2 more weeks. You guys are rocking it. I know you're feeling the positive effects of this 30-day goal. I just want you to be aware that when this 30-day goal is over, that this could be something you go through. So right now, today, let this week be an exit strategy of our 30-day goal into another goal, into what we've taken and learned and capitalizing on it and maybe going a little harder on it. You know what I mean? So this week, write down in your gratitude section somewhere on your paper, however you're documenting and journaling, whatever you do in life. What am I going to do after I have 30 days? How am I going to contemplate the rewards I got and the positivity I got from this challenge? And how am I going to carry that on? Where you just don't feel like you landed and all of a sudden you're like, well, now what do I do? Let's start getting prepared for that. Just the same way we prepare our meals, the way we prepare drinking water all day. You out of here?
Yep.
Love you. Have a good day, buddy. I will. Silence says bye. The goal hole. Exactly. The goal hole. So true. So grasping the anticipation of reaching your goal can release soothing dopamine. Sometimes people also experience what's known as the arrival fallacy, the goal hole. If you are ridiculously sure you're going to reach your goal, you essentially can trick your brain. Oh, here's another thing. Yeah. You can trick your brain into thinking you've already completed it and start losing those chemicals, the reward, right? Just like you've already reached it. The work already seems done and like a mere formality. So the dopamine starts to drop off before it otherwise would. So don't put that 30 days so strictly in your mind. And this goes for recovery too. 30 days, 60, 96 months. If I could have been taught, or I don't even know if I could have wrapped my head around what I'm even talking about right now when I was 2 days clean, because I was so arrogant, egotistical. I already knew everything. You weren't going to teach me nothing. But try to wrap your head around that if you're brand new in recovery, that you're going to have these milestones, that things are going to change. You're not going to get the pats on the back quite as much as you did before. You know, because once it goes to 60, 90 days, you know, at first you're getting your chips in AA every month for like the first 3 months or 4 months or something like that. And then you 6 months, and then it skips a couple to not, you know, and then a year, and then you wait on the whole multiple years. And you know what I mean? So the rewards are even less frequent on the chips that they give you throughout your recovery. And so you have to prepare yourself and what you're going to do. You quit drinking, there's time lost. What are you going to fill that time with? Same with goal setting. Set a new goal, 100%. Have a goal ready in your pocket, right? So here's 5 ways. 5 ways to get going again. Come up with lots of basket, just like what Willie said there. You know that saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Money, investments. That's true for your goals too. If you have other things you are working on simultaneously, then when one project or goal gets done, you can switch gears and refocus instead of being empty. So set up multiple goals with multiple dates, and don't put them all in one basket and say, if I, like right now, all mine are in one basket. I got my 75 hard, 2 workouts a day, 2 types of media uploads a day, plus the books and the gratitude. When that 75 hard is done, all that was bundled up, right? So maybe you can set a 2-week goal, a 1-month goal, and a 3-month goal, right? And work on them simultaneously. But when one's done, you start that one over. So you're always trying to reach goals. Create a sequence. If time or logistic means you can't invest in multiple simultaneous projects, set out a logical sequence for what's going on to follow your current work. You'll learn to mentally associate the end of the initial project with the start of the next, so that concluding the beginning of the work feels more like a milestone rather than the termination, right? You want to hit a milestone and keep rocking. You don't want to feel like, boom, job's done. Now what do I do? Do what you can to make the transition between the projects as smooth as possible, such as gathering supplies for information as you can. So right now we're 2 weeks into our 30-day goal in our Discord. Start thinking about June. June's coming right around the corner. What are you going to do that month to level up your life, to make yourself grow mentally, physically, and spiritually? How are you going to fix your biopsychosocial in June? Because you're working on it here in May and it's working. What are we going to do in June? Start preparing. Pause and reflect. Sometimes when you finish something big and you don't really have any other goals, you can get overwhelmed wondering if you've peaked. Is this it? Or if the time you spent was worthwhile. Wow, was that even worth it? Take the time to look back and identify what you've learned and how you grew. And that's why we always talk about journaling and writing it down and measuring it and documenting, right? So you can look back and see the progress you've made. The cool thing about your channels, you can go all the way back down to day one and say, look at all this stuff I've done. And it's up to you how well you document it. Then you can take all that, right? Be specific about what you appreciated about your experience. What did you appreciate about what you just learned and how much did you grow? Then take your growth and learning list and come up with a way to apply your new knowledge and skill. So what did you learn from this May challenge? What did you learn from your first 30, 60, 90 days in recovery that's benefited you? What am I going to learn when I hit my 75 hard goal? The idea, as with sequencing above, is to clarify that there's links from the past to your future. So apply that knowledge and skill, take it into the next month, and capitalize and grow. And take some time to find you. Yes, the goal you had was a part of you, but just one part. If you're overly focused on the objective, you've probably gotten out of touch with other parts of your identity. Think about the principles you believe in, what you'd do if you never had to work again, or when you feel the most excited. So find yourself. And then generativity is the psychological idea that you'll pass on what you've learned. And this is the sequence of the 12 steps as well, right? Step 1, you admit your life has become unmanageable. And by the time you hit step 12, you've had a spiritual experience and you're going to take this to the next people around you. You're going to pass on what you've learned to somebody. You're going to pass it on so that they can achieve it like you did. When you're a mentor after a big goal and sharing your insights, it's easier to feel like the work will be lasting and have a real influence. Set your goals, complete your goals, show somebody else how to do it. How did you do it? And that's what I hope that all our 30-day goal members, as we move into our next June challenge, we're going to level up a little bit, and then we're going to start maybe add a chunk to the challenge where we throw out pieces of advice or mentor, or something to work where we feel like we're giving back to people. Because that's what we should do. I notice that anytime I learn something, say I read a book, I learn it. But once I read a book and then I turn around and I look at somebody else and I teach what I just read, boy, does it stick. And then if I teach it again, it never leaves, ever. It becomes a part of my repertoire. It becomes part of my vocabulary. It becomes part of the way that I think and live and solve problems. Don't just absorb it, put it into action, and then teach it. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to get a whiteboard out or a PowerPoint presentation or go on live TV. And you just, maybe you're talking to somebody at work. Say, hey man, let me share this with you. This is what's been working for me, bro. And that helps. Thank you, Des. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support too. Awesome brother from Australia, mate. So good to see. All right, let's jump into the Discord and see how our 30-dayers are doing. Love it. Freaking love it. I always get motivated after this part. This is my favorite part. Because I got to work out twice today. I'm finishing my live stream up right here. But I got to shoot video and learn how to tell stories. I got a bunch of other crap I got to do too. Praise God. It's a good thing. And then after I see this part, I get all excited. So here's our 30-day challenge. Ah, snap. First thing out the gate's a picture of me, and Keith says, good morning, Des. Look at that. That was our hike yesterday. Me and Ziggy. Look at that. Shoulders are burning. Feels like Australia and Utah right now, Des. It's hot. Brother from another mother. All right. Number 1 on the list. Ziggy. Yesterday, 11:04. Completed this challenge every day so far. He's got his gratitude list. Yeah. And there's our hike. More gratitude. Oh, same picture. And then he's into this book now. Sick. Savage Freedom. Her little collage of what she's doing, going through Relentless, got her stuff. Continuing to press through and hitting these goals. Kitty 245. She's been doing 20-minute daily routine guiding principles, the spirit of NA, traditions and stuff. Very good. Geesh. She got, oh yeah. Geesh got him a diamond bag. Dude, that is so cool. That gets me excited right there. That gets me excited. Bro, something I learned, and you probably already know this because you were a bike rider, but your seat, when you're going uphill, needs to be as high as you can possibly raise it. If you're like, man, this is pretty high, raise it higher to where your foot almost like hits like at an angle. Your knees almost completely straight at the bottom of the stroke. You probably already know that, but I learned that the hard way. Went mountain biking like 5 times my seat, like in a normal low position. Legs were on fire. Almost died. What? You got to see the eclipse? Sick. Working out, reading. Oh, great picture. Great picture. Great flut you put over that too. Made that shine pop. Man, that looks good. Good job, bro. Geesh, Andy, you're a damn photographer. Man after my own heart. Freaking love it. Jen Ray. Yes, out on her walk. Enjoyed some air. Reading her book. Dropping her gratitude. What are y'all learning from this? What kind of positivity do you feeling? Let me know. Drop it in this section right here. This is our chat room right here on this 30-day challenge. Everybody just drop a message. We're halfway through the 30 days. You know? How you feeling about here? I'm going to type a little reminder right here. How you feeling about this so far? Question mark. What have you, Elliot? What have you learned? And then I always got to do my little spell check because that's me. Uneducated as they get. Renee got her book, got her picture outside. Oh yeah, we already just decided that those are not road runners that she's been taking pictures of. Des, you're here. Hello, Miss Happiness. Surrender experiment and her gratitude. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. So proud of you all. Thanks. That bike was a godsend. 100%. No doubt, brother. No doubt. I'm going to go get on mine right now. I'm going to load up my dogs, get cleaned up, and I'm out of here. So until next time, which is tomorrow morning, because I've been going live every morning. Oh, update on Sunday Night Lives. So since we are doing this challenge, it's 2 workouts every day, meal prepping, all that kind of stuff. Felice's time is valuable to her. So Sunday nights is kind of a time for her to be able to hit bed soon because she has to get up at like 4 a.m. on Monday morning. And to try to get that second workout in, come back and try to get the live stream and all that stuff. So Sunday Night Lives are canceled for the time being. Spread the word, spread the message, let everybody know. But there's these daily lives I'm doing here every single morning, and then you can watch our daily challenges, which are full of useful recovery stuff. So tune into those too. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're watching that. Ring the bell, and let's all grow together. Let's kick this thing's ass, which is called life. Let's kick life's ass today. It's Monday. We got a whole wonderful, beautiful day ahead of us. We got a whole wonderful, beautiful week ahead of us. It's ours to take. We don't have to just go through it and wait till Saturday and Sunday again. I sure wish it was the weekend because I'm working for the weekend. No, work and live for today because today's it's all you got. Might as well enjoy it and make the best of it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.